What's going on, YTBC, man? I just got done watching the Mayweather versus Andre Berto. First off, let me say, with this being Mayweather's grand finale, so to speak, there's gonna be a big void as far as boxing goes, the welterweight division. I think people are gonna finally see how much of an impact this man's really had, whether you love him or you hate him. I mean, his skill level, the bar that he set is so high, especially when it comes to defense and ring generalship, being pound for pound number one for over a decade, being 38 years old and being on top. That in and of itself is amazing. With brittle hands and all this other shit going on in the man's life, people getting all in his personal life, that I don't care about any of that. All I care about is what he does in the ring, you know. And with all his big wins, people have found a way to discredit it. They found a way to discredit Janelle Hernandez, Diego Corrales, Angel Manfredi, Zab Judah, Arturo Gatti, Carlos Baldomir, you name it, even Pacquiao, and that just happened in May. But, Canelo, Maidana, you name it. Hatton, whoever. I mean, he's been an excellent fighter, whether you love the guy or you hate his guts, man. I mean, skill level, if you appreciate boxing, you gonna look at him and say, you know what, this dude has done a lot. And much like Roy Jones, both of these guys were criticized for not fighting anybody. Fact of the matter is, both of these guys were just so much better than who they were supposed to lose to or have problems with. They didn't have problems with him. Then that's when all that other nonsense came about. But Mayweather, man, with this being I'm assuming it's really his last fight. He seemed pretty emotional at the interview with Jim Gray. You know what I mean? But with this being his last fight, I mean, hopefully he can get the credit he deserves as a boxer. You know what I mean? People put their emotional feelings aside and look at his resume objectively as possible. You know what I mean? But as far as the performance goes, man, Berto, he came to play. I personally didn't want this fight to happen. I thought Mayweather should have fought, or maybe not should have fought, but I just wanted him to fight like a Tim Bradley, somebody with a belt, because Berto doesn't have a belt. And I just thought Tim Bradley would pose more of a problem than Berto would. Just I don't know. That was just me. People been wanting him to fight Triple G and all that, man. They forget the man's 38 years old. He don't need to be fighting no Triple G, Andre Ward. He can't even make those weights. It's crazy, man. But, both these dudes put on a good fight. It wasn't great, spectacular, but it was good. Mayweather, once again, put on a boxing exhibition. Kept catching Berto with the same lead left hook over and over and over and over, because Berto doesn't move his head. But Berto came to play, tried to put the pressure on him, tried to bring the fight, you know what I mean? But it just couldn't happen. Floyd, man, I don't know. It's wild. All these fighters keep saying they try to bring the fight and do this and that. But like Berto said in the post-fight interview, man, the dude's so slick and slippery, it's hard to catch him clean. It discourages you. Berto was in there getting frustrated. Canelo got frustrated. Maidana was getting frustrated, rabbit punching and all that. I mean, Mayweather, man, hopefully he'll get his just due after he's retired and not wait until he's crippled or injured like Ali. Now all of a sudden people love Ali. They hated him too. They hated Tyson until he went through his trials and tribulations. That's just the way it is, I guess, in society. But Floyd Mayweather, I know you ain't even gonna watch this video, but props to you, props to your career, props to Berto for putting on a good show. Uh, when Mayweather retires, the welterweight division is gonna have it's gonna have plenty more fights. You got Kell Brook, Keith Thurman, Errol Spence coming up. You got Tim Bradley still around. He fired Joe Diaz, by the way, which is stupid, but that's another video. You got you got all these great fights coming up in just that division alone. You know what I mean? You know, but boxing is going to hit the void of skill level. He set such a high bar, skill wise. It's going to be hard to top that, and it's going to be hard to top his pay per view numbers. You know what I mean? Because those are atypical numbers that he set. Him and De La Hoya. You know what I mean? For welterweights, for little guys. Usually it was the heavyweights getting the big pay per view numbers. Now it's the little guys doing big numbers. Things is changing. It's like in the NBA, it used to be all about the post men, the big men. Now it's perimeter guys. Things has just changed, man. Mayweather, he's been the best boxer of his era. You know what I mean? Past 19, 20 years. You know what I mean? He's been the best. Just give him his just due. Whether you love the man or not, dude, he's had an excellent career. He's one of the best boxers to ever do it. I won't say he's TBE and none of that. I don't. I think it's impossible to say who is the greatest because all these fighters fought in different eras, and none of them fought each other, and none of them can fight each other, obviously. So I just leave that up for grabs. I just say whoever's the best per era. You know. But I'll make another longer video on this probably tomorrow. But this was a good fight. Both of them came to play. Berto more so than Mayweather, obviously, but props to Floyd on an excellent career. I wish him the best. Hopefully he's smart with his money. Don't spend $1 million a month like he been doing before, because he ain't gonna be making all that money. I mean, he's got $400 million apparently in his net worth, but still, hopefully he invested wisely, puts it into his family. He invested into great business ventures and does what he can to just live the rest of his life comfortably. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's all I really got to say. But it was a good fight. You know what I mean? But yeah, just let me know what you think, man. I'm out.